I'm sure you'll bear with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome so many family and friends to celebrate Natalie and Dan's wedding. We are so happy that Natalie has met fantastic friends in Thailand and that some have come such a long way to be here. I think you will agree with me that it's a wonderful and inspirational idea to have the wedding here at Grendon Lakes and enable so many to celebrate here together over the whole weekend. I find it amazing that Natalie and Dan have organised it all from Thailand. What would we do without Skype and internet? I also would like to thank the team of family and friends who have worked so hard helping Natalie and Dan to make the setting so fitting. Thank you. And Natalie is bursting with happiness, which has made her even more beautiful, radiant and stunning than I've ever seen. When I first saw her this morning in her wedding dress, it made me so very, very proud to be the father of such a gorgeous daughter. Lynn and I have known Dan for about 5 years now, when he and Natalie met just before she went to Thailand. We realised that there was something special between them when Dan left his life in Kettering to make a new life with Natalie in Bangkok. Dan didn't have to ask for a hand because on one of our trips to Thailand, I had already told him that he would definitely be welcome in our home. As I could see how happy Natalie was and how happy he was. We actually persuaded Dan to watch the Six Nations rugby every time we went over in February. And in return, we felt it duty bound to support his beloved football teams, the Kettering Poppies and England. As you know, England team were abysmal. But I am absolutely sure the team of Natalie and Dan are going to have complete success. Natalie has always been a very kind, caring and thoughtful daughter. Also, very innovative, artistic and inventive. But mostly remember her always having lots of friends everywhere, including her sister Nicola. And they used to plan various projects and events all round. I could tell so many stories about Natalie and all these things she did, but I'll just tell you a couple. And one of them, when she sold off the contents of our garage because she understood that that was the meaning of a garage sale. And I remember making a very serious documentary on Stoke Brewing with Stephanie. And what they did was they were in very serious and very posh voices, going round, going to, oh, this is Stoke Brewing, and this is where all the traffic used to travel, and that sort of thing. But unfortunately, they giggled all the way through it, and it was just hilarious. I mean, it was the best comedy sketch you've ever seen in your life. The ability to make friends has helped Natalie in many ways. When she was 6 on a skiing trip to Courchevel, we left her in a skiing class while we went over the mountain. And because the conditions were so bad, we couldn't get back till very late. And we thought, what's happened to her? So we raced back to the hotel and went in, and there she was, sitting there, calmly sitting, actually, with a group of adults playing cards. She waved and said, "Hi, Mum and Dad, meet my friend." Her friends were all adults, you know, all sitting there playing cards. They ignored us completely, to be honest. And then we found out that she had ordered food and drink from the bar and put it on our bill. She's not stupid by any means. When Natalie was 18, she suddenly announced that she was going backpacking to South Africa. Can you imagine? Backpacking to South Africa, one of the most dangerous countries in the world, and actually landing in Johannesburg. Well, despite our protests, we said a tearful goodbye to her at Heathrow, never expecting to ever see her again. Incredibly, she's Natalie, she made friends on the plane, who happened to be a group of backpackers who were going to South Africa and all over Africa. So she joined them. And she had a fantastic time and an amazing experience and returned thankfully alive and well. Probably because of these friends. Natalie used to invite some of her friends to take part in the annual cross-channel race to France, the Royal Escape Race. And in there were lots of keen racing yachts, serious racing yachts. And then afterwards we'd all go along and celebrate quite heavily, you know, and have quite a good time over the following weekend. Lots of these male crews used to invite our boat to sit at their table. I suppose it might have been due to the crew of gorgeous girls rather than the captain. Natalie has always had many interests. One was kayaking, one was mountain biking, and one was belly dancing. I remember them going to a local festival to give a belly dancing demonstration that would be attended by lots of pupils from her school. We expected the worst. But every one of those older lads, 15 plus, you can imagine, can't you? We were worried. Congratulated her and came up and said how well she'd done. That takes some doing, to be honest, and resulted in an increased respect for her at this very, very difficult school. So, start to wind down a bit. Happy marriages begin when we marry the one we love, and they blossom when we love the one we marry. And Lynn and I know theirs is sure to blossom. So the time has come to propose a toast. So, here's to the classroom of life. Here's to the lessons that brought you together. Here's to the lessons that will keep you together. So keep learning and learning with the love of your life, and the future will be fantastic as husband and wife.
Yeah. That's lovely.
I give you Natalie and Dan.
Natalie and Dan.
Yes.
Thank you.